Thanks be to God and MCGI for another exciting um, mass indoctrination. In the course of the lesson, we talked about baptism and we said that a true baptism is very powerful and that change begins with baptism because through baptism, God has the power to change our hearts. We also talked about that baptism is the washing away of sins and it's the renewing of the Holy Spirit in our mind. We talked about that we are renovated, that's our heart is renovated through the Holy Spirit, and that all commandments of God should be done in the house of God. We also talked about that the laws of God takes effect in a jurisdiction. That's to say, there is a particular place where the laws of God are supposed to be practiced, and that is in the house of God. That the law of God has efficacy in the house of God. That whatever is commanded by God should be done diligently. We also talked about that the laws of God should be carried out in the church of God. That baptism is a commandment and it should be done in the house of God. We talked about that the preposition in means a place. So, as such, baptism should be carried under a jurisdiction in the name of the Father, that the name of God is what should be used to baptize. We also talked about that the church of God is God's eternal purpose, and the name of the Lord is in his household. The baptism is done by one body, and the church was symbolized by light, the nation, and a body with different parts. And most importantly, we talked about that God is the head of the church. Thanks be to God.